Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sim500 eSports League. It is time for race number 6, I think. Yeah, race 6 of the season.
Around that number. We're here today at Stafford Motor Speedway.
Smoter Speedway. Haha.
But yeah, is this how we want to start?
Yep.
All right, redo it, cut, redo it,
Okay.
redo.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VRN here at Stafford Smoter Speedway. Oh man. Okay. Devin Schillenberg currently has the fastest lap out on practice here with about 9 minutes left. That's your
Then
invitation
you
to
got
talk.
Ryan Shacker
Okay, let's
with
stop.
a.
That's annoying.
You made fun of me first for it. All right, you got Brian Hacker in second in the 11 with a 19.326 for practice time. Jonathan Finley in the 18 with a 19.329. That rounds out your top three for practice.
Yep. Well, I want to just check something quick on iRacing because I'm seeing numbers that aren't usually here. Okay, it does still have hide card numbers on. So I don't know what's going on with the 88, but I'll refresh schemes, see what happens. So he's going to get loose out of turn
It's
2.
like that on mine too. I can see it. Yeah, he's got duplicate numbers.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on there. Hold on, let me make sure my thing's even on.
Dylan Ahrens making his
That's on.
first start in the series, I do believe. And Brian
Yeah.
Hacker has the third fastest lap with a 19.33.
Oh yeah, Macklin came in and got that 19.314,
And he just went top of the charts.
and Hacker spun. They're gonna have to pull out a backup car.
This track looks very loose, more than normal. We
It
haven't
does.
really seen a lot of cars snapping on exit, really.
I think this track's gonna be one of the most exciting ones, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the bigger ones too, isn't it, that we run?
Not really. I don't think it's all that much bigger than your normal
I mean, it's point
tracks.
0.5.
0.5, yeah, it's a bit bigger. It's about the same as
Yeah, that's what I
Bristol.
thought. Yeah,
But I don't
just
even
a little
think
bit
we're racing
under.
at Bristol, so
No,
we'll
why would we
see.
race at Bristol
After
unless that's dirt on it?
tonight's, yeah. After tonight, wait, what? No, these cars aren't built for dirt. The other super late models are made for dirt. But after tonight's race at Stafford, we will be officially be halfway through the regular season. So there's 12 races in the regular season, and then 3 races in the Chase USA Bull Ring at Las Vegas and the National Fairgrounds end off the season. We got 100 laps here tonight, unless we do go in overtime. We've only had overtime once, and that was at race 3 at Southern Nashville. So do you think we'll see another one here?
Oh, I'm sure we will.
All right. Well, let's see who wants to get talked to. Is anyone there? I feel like we talk to Brian Hacker a lot. Al Smith Jr. Yeah, let's
We
bring
could,
in Al
yeah.
Smith Jr. Hey Al, this is Sean and Will up in the booth with VRN. You got us?
I gotcha.
Alright, well currently you have the 5th fastest lap here in practice. You've had some consistent runs as of lately, and you're 7th in the points, 24 above the cut line of the chase. We're halfway through the regular season, so how do you feel about making the chase here this season?
Um, Hopefully we can make it. It's been good to come in here and feel somewhat competitive. There's a lot of good talent out here on the race that we race with every week in, week out. So it's been fun to come in and and be competitive and run hard with some guys and have good up. So if we can make the chase, I don't think we're a title contender, but maybe a top 5 in points, not too far out of the reach for our team here.
Now, I saw that you were down there talking to Brian Hacker. I don't know if it's like a teammate thing or not. It might be. But do you, considering he's got what, 2 wins under his belt, have you been asking him kind of like what you do here, what you do there, trying to get some info off of him?
Brian and I are really good friends. Not on the same team by any means, but kind of sharing some data here and there for our Tuesday night league here. But no, he's definitely a tier better than I am, so I definitely lean on him a little bit. Hey, what are you doing to get the car to do this or get that? But yeah, for the most part, we kind of just we like racing each other hard. So it's more of a can we beat him type of deal, and he strives to keep us trying to get better and really just getting seat time and just enjoy running these super late models.
And
All
you
right, well, Sean, you
always,
got anything?
yeah, right now you have one top 5, 2 top 10s this season, looking to get maybe a third top 10, second top 5 this race here. How's the car feeling here at Stafford right now?
I think it's going to be, just a battle of keeping your tires underneath you. It's just going to be super hard, I think, to pass at Stafford, just the nature of this racetrack. So I think track position is going to be big, and if you can kindly get lucky and start on the inside, I think you'll move forward. If not, if we get a long green flag run, I think whoever can save tires will be able to make some moves at the end, towards the end of the race, and pick up some spots. But I think that the race potentially could be won by someone starting inside the top 2 rows.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with us here towards the end of practice. Good luck today, and hopefully that 95 machine's out front.
Thanks, guys. Hopefully, we can definitely put the Stand RC Speedway up towards top, maybe in the podium here tonight. I like Stafford; it's one of my favorite tracks, so I like the technical tracks. So hopefully, we'll be talking to you in a little bit.
Oh, wrong channel. Well, like I mentioned before, Smith had his best run last week at Irwindale, where he scored his first career top 5, started third, finished fifth. So, I mean, what do you think his chances are of getting a good finish here tonight? He's only had 2 finishes outside of the top 10, and they were 11th and 12th at New Smyrna and Myrtle Beach.
He seems very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I
I can agree with
think
that.
I think he would definitely be. It would be pretty easy for him to get a top 10, and I think he could definitely work his way into a top 5. But consistency doesn't always get you to the win. You have to also be a very aggressive driver and know what you're doing. But I won't put it past him for him to get a win. But he could definitely do a top 5 or top 10.
I mean, from this race alone, he can move inside the top 5 in points.
Exactly.
He's only 7 points back of Doug Sigmund, who currently sits 5th. And that could really shake up the chase points. As you can see, I threw up a graphic while we were talking to the 95 car, and those are everyone from 11th to 14th who are not in the chase as of right now, and then everyone who is currently in it, 7th through 10th, who is good. So 1st through 6th is not on it because just to kind of like keep it small so you can still see most of the racing. Right now, that 42 of Jerry Scott, he's only made a handful of starts, only 3, and in his 3 starts that he's ran, 2 top 10s at Irwindale and Southern National. And he may have done better at the New Smyrna, but he disconnected 19 laps in. But do you think
I wonder.
he might still be able to make the chase? He probably will.
I think it can. Yeah.
If he gets
Especially
consistent
looking at
finishes.
the low driver count we have right now for this race. I mean, this could mess up. If you're up in those top 3, 5, even 10 spots, if you don't show up to almost every race, that could really hurt your points severely.
Yeah. And a name that I'm not seeing is Justin Fuller, and he is currently 11th in points. So I think if he misses this race, which I think he is. He's probably going to be outside the top 14.
Devin Schellenberg just did a pretty good lap there, a 19.249 right before quali.
Well, let's see what they can do during qualifying. Who's brave enough to go out first? It's Forrest Scott in the 33. First car out on track. 9 points above the cut line. And I mean, we've still got 6 more weeks of racing left until
Oh yeah,
the field actually gets cut. But I mean,
exactly.
you still got to kind of be a little careful.
Yeah,
You don't want to mess it up too soon or too early. Joseph Atchison, 14 points out right now. Still has time to make it up, but I mean, he hasn't had the greatest finishes recently. He's been involved in a lot of incidents. 0 top 10s in his 4 starts. And currently Chuck Sweeting top of the charts with a 19.42. Another thing I've noticed with these faster cars, they don't seem to go out on track for
no,
a little later on.
they don't go out until it's about last minute. They want to see what everyone else is running and get themselves into that position to be ready to do a fast time.
Yeah, Jonathan Finley in the 18 car. He's had some strong runs. He led a bunch of laps. I think he has one win this season, right? I think he
Oh, I'm
won
not
a
sure.
race. No, he won the pole at Southern National, led a ton of laps, but wasn't able to get it done. He led 88 of 104 laps at Southern National.
Finley to the board, 19.263. That'll put him in first place.
That doesn't really surprise me, honestly. He's pretty fast. Just hasn't really shown up a whole lot. Let's wait for the rest of the field. Here's Doug Sigmund, just above the 95 of Al Smith Jr. Macklin coming out now as well. I think the points battle is going to get really tight here towards the race 8, race 9, just before the cut race.
For sure.
As Macklin, Al Smith, Schillenberg all coming out. Mike Kelly and Brian Hacker still have not yet come out to set a qualifying lap. And I see guys using that apron again now. Well, Sigmund used it in 1 and 2, not really in 3 and 4. Last
Yeah,
week
it seems like
go.
it seems like there's not that much of a perfect line that you want to run.
Yeah, I mean, when we were talking to the 95, he did say, though, that if you can start on the inside, you'll probably gain a ton of positions, since he goes 6th quickest. And Devin Schillenberg, top of the charts with a 19.62.
Man, these times are close when we get up to these bigger guys.
I mean, first and second are, tied.
Yeah,
One
basically.
thousandths of a second between those two. Brian Macklin lost a lap of qualifying. What is he going to do in his 1 lap that he has to set a good lap here? And third quick with a
19.297.
19.2. And now Brian Hacker's out in his number 11 Carbon Junction Ford Mustang.
You can see him get those left sides on that apron just a little bit, just enough to mess with the grip on those tires.
I like this lap here. I think this is going to be a good one. I like the way he entered into turn 1 there. Got a strong
Seems
exit
slow in
on
the center.
4. And
19.403.
oh, not the greatest
He
lap.
seemed very slow in the center, where he was trying to force the wheels down onto the apron. I think he was trying to force the wheels down too much.
Be starting 2nd in heat number 2. And then Mike Kelly has still not come out to set a qualifying lap. This is a very confusing pit road.
Yeah. I feel like we've seen this a lot though when it comes to this stuff. these races that we've been doing, like it's just you don't really know what to expect.
Yeah. Heat racing coming up now. Devin Schillenberg and Jonathan Finley will set the pace for your two heat races. Heat race number 1, Schillenberg, Macklin, Sweeting, Smith, Scott, Sigmund, and Kelly. Mike,
All right.
I wonder what happened to the 2 car.
I don't know.
It's kind
Maybe
of...
he just didn't want to qualify.
Is he still in the server?
I think. Oh, maybe he's not. I don't know. His thing is gray.
No, he's in the server. Schillenberg is going to be on the inside in that 07 car. That's really the 911 machine.
Let's see if Al Smith Jr. was right here about this inside line. I wonder if it's gonna just get a huge run out of the start.
And ironically, he's starting on the outside here.
Yeah.
It's not a good bit of irony, but
No, but it is something.
yeah, I mean, I would keep an eye on Chuck Sweeting. He might be able to get up to second pretty quickly here on this start. But we shall see. Gonna have 10 laps. I think it's 10 laps for the heat race.
Yes.
And I don't know what we are waiting on right now.
We're waiting on Mike Kelly.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how long they have to grid up. So, points. Points are looking cool. Macklin's does not have the points lead. I was about to say he does, but
Isn't it Hacker?
yeah, Hacker has an 8-point lead over Brian Macklin right now. Macklin has finished outside of the top 5 once. Heat race number 1, getting ready to go green here. We have 2 pace laps to go through first. And then we can turn them loose. I got a good eye on that 911 car winning the first heat event of the night, honestly.
I do too. I think he's definitely got a good shot.
Well, let's see what happens. 10 laps the distance. 1 to green this time by. And that's 10 times the distance in the main event.
I just wonder what's going to happen with the 911 car on the bottom and the 030 on the top. I mean, the 030's been really strong in all of his heat races, but we haven't heard too much about the 911 car. So I wonder what's going to happen here as the pace car goes off.
Well, let's see. Pace car is off. Green flag is out here at Stafford, and a pretty even start by the front runners.
Oh, there's that inside line though. Macklin. Oh, Macklin spinning.
Macklin goes around in turn number 1. He's gonna have to work up.
Happen with him.
He's gonna have to work up through the field again during tonight's main event.
Macklin's not having too much of a good start to these past 2 races.
Not at all. I mean, this has happened for the past 3 weeks in a row now, I do believe.
Yeah.
Mike Kelly finally coming out.
Al Smith Jr. in second here.
I don't know if he'll have enough time to catch up to him or not. But I mean, hey, if he starts second, he'll be starting third in the main event. That's still inside the line and pretty good.
I think if I'm being honest, I would be, from a crew chief standpoint, I'd be saying, hey, protect your position. You don't really need to worry about first because third is a great starting spot.
And Schillenberg's already second and a half away from the field.
Yeah, it's like it's not worth it going for it.
Yeah.
I'd just protect the position,
More trouble for
and I think
Brian
that's what he's
Macklin.
doing.
And he's
Oh
just gonna
no!
park it. Which, you mean,
Ow.
at that point, would you do the same?
No, personally, I feel like you go until the car won't go anymore. Personally, but
Uh, eh.
but
Mike Kelly gonna gain a
I'm a rare
position.
breed.
So we're already halfway through this race. Schillenberg with a massive lead over Al Smith and Jerry Scott. Scott being one of those many drivers needing a good points day here. He's going to be piloting the 42 car. These two are the closest drivers on the field. Chuck Sweeting, Jerry Scott. I think Chuck probably would have had the second place position had he not been involved in that incident with Brian Macklin.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
So we're already coming up with just a few laps to go.
These heat races go by quick, but as we
Oh
just
yeah.
saw, they get very exciting.
I have to keep an eye on Brian Macklin. This is, like I mentioned before, I'm pretty sure this is the third week in a row he'll have to work his way through the field.
I think you're right. That's just, and you don't like to do that unless you're using it as a strategy, of
Yeah.
which in Mac's case you're not, because it takes so much work.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't started outside of the top 5 at all. His worst starting position is 5th. He has literally started in every single position 1 through 5 except for 4th.
Checkers out.
Devin Schillenberg, your winner. And Al Smith comes in second. He will start third in the main race. Jerry Scott starting 5th. Chuck Sweeting 7th. Now it's going to be Jonathan Finley, Brian Hacker for Scott. Jonathan Fowler, Dylan Arens? Areens? I think it's Arens. And then Joseph Atchison in this field.
I gotta be honest, that 33 car looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. Skull Bandit. But instead of Skull, it says Scott. Like an EA sensory sort of thing.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I can't see the side. Hold on, I gotta see this. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Same font and everything.
Look at how he put it
Alright.
on the gas thing too. Okay. That's pretty creative.
Yeah. We are getting ready for the second and final heat race. I want to see what's going to happen here. I wonder if we'll
This one's
see
probably
the
gonna
other
be just
Brian
as exciting.
spin. Probably. Don't think we'll see anyone wrecking each other, but could we see the 11 spin? We'll
I
see.
mean, we don't have EJ O'Rourke, so I think we'll be somewhat fine.
Oh. Don't think you can say that. But the pace car should be pulling off this time. Yep. Pulling off once they get to turn 3 and 4. 6 car field. 13 car feature. We haven't had to eliminate anyone yet, so.
No.
Jonathan Finley, Brian Hacker, your front row. Pace car is off. They lead the field out of turn 4. Green flag is out once again here at Stafford. And another even launch for the front two. And Finley gonna clear Hacker.
Look at how Hacker just gets down onto that apron right there. He just he was ready. He's going all out on this one.
Yeah, I think he wants to start second instead of 4th. I mean, I could see that. Oh, jeez.
What a save! And he's gonna maintain the position too. That's okay. That's pretty good.
You got to give him credit for that one. That's save of the year right there. That's like Grant Enfinger at Darlington level of save.
Yes, it is.
8 laps to go. And the 18 is pulling away.
I think we're gonna have the same situation as last time where the leader is just gone.
But as I said that, Hacker gained a bunch of time on him.
Hacker's always gaining time though. That's crazy. Everywhere it is,
Yeah,
he's always gaining time on
that
whoever it
is
is.
true. They ran very close lap times
Oh,
that lap.
he got loose there on it on that entry. I don't know if you noticed that.
I missed it.
Just the way he had to turn the wheel right and left there once he was going onto the entry.
Come to 5 laps to go. For Scott, he's currently sitting 3rd, so that'll mean he will start 6th in the main event, which is pretty solid starting spot considering he's 9th in points
Yeah.
right now. Only 9 points above the cut line, too. He's one of those drivers who needs some more points today to more secure their spot. And Scott Silly is not here tonight.
Oh, hacker in the wall.
Joseph Atchison and John Fowler side by side for a little while there, but that did not last all that long at all.
I think what we're noticing is this track is pretty loose. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's going to get better within time, but I mean, it just seems like you can just kind of snap loose here very easily.
I mean, it probably will get tighter over time. That's going to take at least 20, 30, 40, maybe
Yeah.
even
I mean,
50 laps to do.
Hacker keeps tapping the backstretch wall.
Maybe he likes it or something. I don't know. Coming to 2 to go this
Ah,
time. He's taking on board around the lap here. Or around the track, sorry. This almost reminds me of Langley. Like a bigger version of Langley.
I could see it. I could definitely see it. It looks very fun to run.
Yeah. White flag is in the air for the 18 of Jonathan Finley. And I think he has this one in the bag, honestly. He is making his 3rd career start tonight. And Finley wins heat race number 2. So he'll be starting 2nd. Brian Hacker will be starting 4th. And now we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back once warm-up is over. Alright, it is go time. Race number 6 is about to start here. The Sim500 Race City Sports Memorabilia Super Late Model Series. Gonna take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's race. Devin Schillenberg, Jonathan Finley. Your front row with Al Smith Jr., Brian Hacker. Row 2, row 3, you got Jerry Scott and Forrest Scott side by side. And then Chuck Sweeting, Dylan Ahrens in the 00 car, Doug Sigmund in the 04, John Fowler in the 48, Mike Kelly, Joseph Atchison, row 6. Rounding out the field in row 7 is Brian Macklin in the 030 car, who is back there. He is racing. We'll have to keep an eye on him, see how easily he's able to work his way through the field here tonight. 100 laps of racing. And the field is really excited to go racing here at Stafford Motor Speedway. 6th race of the season. We are coming to 1 to green. Actually, no, we're already 1 to green. We're coming to the green flag here. Who is going to come home a winner here tonight? Will be a new first-time winner, or will we see another repeat winner? Pace
My
car
guess
is
would be a
off.
new winner.
Green flag is out.
Oh, look here. 41's making that 95 back off so he can get down there, and he didn't even get down there. Oh, there you go.
3 wide. Forrest Scott, Chuck Sweeting, and Jerry Scott.
Oh, 33 in the wall.
Oh dear. There's Mike Kelly in the 2 car. Already making up some early ground here. Chuck Sweeting on the inside of the 42, racing for 5th, sorry. And then there's Al Smith running 4th right now. Brian Hacker settles in line P3. And Jonathan Finley 2nd, and Devin Schillenberg leads the field.
These turns seem so high in braking that, 48 locks it up into the turn.
Right in front of the 30 of Brian Macklin, too.
That was scary. I mean, if he didn't lock it up, he was going to wreck the 33. So I feel like he kind of did the right thing there.
Yeah. Let's see if Macklin can work his way up through the field here. Currently 11th. He started 13th, so he's already up 2 positions in the first 5 laps.
I think he's getting tight in 1 and 2, though, the way that he kind of shot up there. Either he rolled in too much speed or he's getting tight.
We'll see. Doug Sigmund trying to pass the 33 on the outside. Doesn't really seem to be working
No,
for
it's
him.
not going to stick.
And Jerry Scott's going to clear him. Forrest Scott, sorry, is going to clear him. Mike Kelly not having the fastest car right now.
Whoa! The 030's getting real aggressive there.
I mean, you can't really blame him.
Well, no, but at the same time, that was pretty scary. I thought he was just going to push the 48 out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really want to do that on lap 8.
He's already up 3 spots, but biggest mover is Mike Kelly, who's up 4. There's about half a second gap between him and the 42 of Jerry Scott. Chuck Sweeting in the 57, having a good run right now inside the top 10. And I think a podium for Al Smith is entirely possible.
I could see it.
He's running pretty consistently, and we've seen it before with the Devin Schillenberg. He burns his tires up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sound mean or anything, but we've seen it a couple times now where he's faded very late in the race, lost a ton of position.
I think the top 3 are all kind of running their tires as if they have extra sets. It seems like, I mean, they're going by really fast and really aggressive.
Kind of. It's hard to tell.
Well, I mean, looking at how the 11 is always on the 41's bumper, it kind of just makes you wonder. Like, he shoots into those turns.
Could just be that he's faster than him.
Oh, well, that could truly be it, but at the same time.
Yeah. Oh. Jerry Scott. Someone's having issues with internet. That's Chuck Sweeting. He's going to back out of the field. Internet issues affecting the 57's race right now. Props to him for just completely dropping back. Top three are all just freight training on the bottom, just kind of hanging out. I wonder if they're sharing their fruit snacks with each other as they're going around the track.
I don't think you're supposed to have fruit snacks in your car.
You can have whatever you want in your car, right, Joey?
I don't know. Brad Keselowski got yelled at for having his phone in the car.
Who is the ARCA driver? Okay, anyways, back to the race.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I know where you're going with that, and we're not going to talk about that.
No, there was an ARCA driver who got suspended for using his phone at Daytona last year.
Oh. But yeah, you're not supposed to have your phone in the car.
I mean, he was driving too. That makes it worse.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Macklin
NASCAR is so bad about that.
8th
Oh,
now.
41 tried to make a move there.
There's no 41. There's an 18 though.
His number says 41, Sean.
I see what you mean now. No.
Why do you always go off of like the relatives? This makes it so hard to crew chief for you because I'll be like, hey, 41's coming to your inside, and then you're like, 41? There's no 41, there's an 18.
Yeah, because that's what the number actually is, not the number.
I pay attention to the car, not the relatives.
Okay, but that's their number in the league though.
Well, then why does his scheme have a 41?
I don't know. Okay, don't be on me. I don't make his fan scheme. Mike Kelly looking on the inside of Jerry Scott for 5th position, and he should be able to get it here.
I think this turn is going to dictate it.
Maybe. Oh, 42 kind of pinching him down here.
Yeah, the 2 tried to back out a little bit, but I think he's still going to get it.
Yeah, he got into turn 1.
Yep, he got it.
I mean, with that, I honestly think that the outside lane might come in handy here and there.
I don't see it doing too much. We haven't seen it very often here, but I wouldn't rule it out yet because it looks like the drivers want to get lower, not higher right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're on the apron.
We'll have to see what happens. On board, your race leader, Devin Schillenberg. Oh, he's actually going to drift up the track a bit. That's going to allow Jonathan Finley to maybe get on his inside. Not quite able to get there.
No.
Seems like the front two are running the apron, but Hacker is not.
No. I think Hacker learned in his qualifying run that may not be the best idea for him.
I mean, he's obviously fast. He's getting right to the rear bumper, like you were saying. And I mean, looking at lap times here, he's running about a 10th faster than them. But speaking of running faster than people, Mike Kelly running down Al Smith right now. Running just a bit faster, not a whole lot faster, but definitely pulling him in.
These cars are definitely looser. I'm watching Devin Schillenberg's wheel right now. And it seems on the exit of either, I think it's 4. On the exit of 4, he has to kind of correct it, shoot it to the right, and then shoot it back to the left. He didn't do it here, but he did it last lap. So I think these cars are definitely still loose. Oh, you got 41 to the inside there, but it looks like he just backed out.
I'm going to guess that the 911 may have gotten a bit of a run there on exit. It's weird. It's weird how this track looks.
Yeah, this track seems like it's tight in some spots and loose in others. This would be a pain to crew chief for, I'll tell you.
I think it'd be a fun track, though. I bet everyone in this field is having a lot of fun driving these cars.
Oh, for a driver? Yeah, I'm going to drive on this track later once I'm done with this.
2 in the 95 battle heating up. Some lap traffic up ahead, right in front of the 95 car. However, they are able to get by him in 3 and 4. That's Joseph Atchison. 13th in points. 13th position on the track as well. I don't know. I don't know if Mike Kelly will be able to get around the 95 or not. We have not seen a whole lot of passing. I mean, even Brian Macklin, he's been held up on the 33 for quite some time.
Yeah. I don't think passing is very easy here, just like we saw last week. I don't think it's a
Yeah,
very easy thing to do.
I don't really know how you would be able to pull a move off right now.
I think, honestly, even though it's very frowned upon, I think the only way to do it is to force yourself under somebody.
Even
Like,
give
that's the
him,
only way I see it.
yeah, or even give them the good old chrome horn, like we saw Joey
Yeah.
Logano to William Byron last weekend, which,
We're not going to bring up those controversial.
yeah, Byron had that one in the bag.
Yep.
Anyways,
Sean.
I'm amazed by how
Oh, I heard a
close
car at the wall.
you must
Don't
be
know who it
dreaming.
is. No caution. No, I heard it. I heard it. I heard it, but I don't see it.
I don't see
So I
anyone
guess
with
maybe I'm.
damage, but
Ooh, 41 almost gave the 07 the bumper there.
back to what I was saying, um, top three are surprisingly still sticking together.
Yeah.
Mike Kelly, Al
Seems
Smith.
like 11's backed off a little bit, though.
Brian Macklin finally got by the 33 car.
That 41 is trying so hard to get under the 07. You can see it here.
We know Jonathan Finley has a lot of speed.
Yeah.
I have to see what happens. We're already a third into the race here on lap 33.
I heard another car hit the wall.
I don't think we'll see a caution.
Oh, yeah, the 88 got into the wall, and I think that's 3 or 4. And he's definitely got some pretty big damage, so he probably was the one who did it last time, too.
Yeah, maybe.
See, I wasn't hearing things.
I think he's starting to get tight on exit now.
Maybe, but I mean, we were just seeing the 07 having to wheel it there to keep it from spinning on him. Like, is it just like a snap where it goes from loose to tight? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, it looks like Brian Hacker might be losing a bit of time, and as I say that, he gets right to the back
yeah.
bumper of the 41 again.
Every time we say it, he just gets up there.
Mike Kelly got by Al Smith. But, however, he's sticking with him pretty good. And then Jerry Scott moving up through the field, having a good race right now. P7, no, P6, sorry. And he needs some good points here.
He does.
14th right now, 25 points under the cut line. That is exactly what he's doing right now. I honestly think that this race is going to go caution free.
Don't say that. You know that a caution's going to come when you say that. That's why you say that.
Yeah, no. I honestly think that Jonathan Finley's going to win this race.
I could see it. I mean, he is definitely applying pressure to that 07.
Yeah.
And I think he may be wearing up that 07's thing. Oh, I think he's giving him the bumper there. Oh, he's there. He spun him. He spun him. He spun him.
And around goes the 911 on lap 39. No caution yet. Still no caution.
I don't think there's going to be one unless something else happens.
I don't think there will.
No.
Nothing.
Finley just got away with that. Wow.
That's surprising. And look at how much time Mike
Very.
Kelly gained.
Yeah. Well, because they were busy messing around up there. I wonder.
Funny business.
I wonder if that had to be intentional. He was on his bumper that whole turn. Like, I think the 41 was just done racing him.
I don't think he meant to turn him like that. But
No,
maybe,
I think he meant to move him out of the groove.
Yeah. To rattle
But
his
it just
cage,
wasn't working.
to say.
We
He
can't say that
tried.
because of Terry Labonte and Dale Sr.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say it anyway. So now Mike Kelly is the third musketeer. You
Oh,
lose
man,
one,
they
you
are
gain one.
there.
I think Mike Kelly may have
And
been saving his tires.
They may have 4 musketeers now.
Al Smith Jr. moving up through the field now. Running about half a tenth faster. Last
So
lap?
what happens if the '07 gets back to the 41?
I think we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Smith is running fourth right now. Mike Kelly third. Brian Hacker second. Jonathan
Whoa.
Finley.
Oh, geez, that almost went bad right there.
What did? I missed it because I was
The
watching the
80,
95.
the 88 was there, and then Hacker almost shot up into him on the exit, and
Oh,
then Kelly almost rammed into the rear of the 88.
that broke up the
And the
top
88,
three.
yeah, the 88 pushed himself into the wall to prevent hitting anyone.
Brian Macklin running sixth right now. Just outside of the top five. He's losing time to Jerry Scott.
Uh-oh.
Well, he was for a while there. Now he's gaining it back. Coming up on halfway here very shortly. This race is going by fast.
It is.
Don't be yawning, boy.
I'm trying not to, but it's a natural human thing to do, Sean.
Devin Schillenberg running ninth after getting spun. Have to see, he does not at all have the speed that he had when he was
No.
up there. But he is pulling in on Chuck Sweeting here. Big time. 5-second gap last time around. He's going to gain 3-4 tenths here this lap. Meanwhile, Chuck Sweeting is trying to get around the third three. Forrest Scott, those two are battling for a position.
There's a lot of battling going on.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's no way to pass.
No, there's not, like we just saw there with the '07 and the 41. I mean, how else are you going to pass?
I don't know. Next week we're heading to
Percent-
Langley, which is basically
Oh,
just
boy.
the same exact track like this, except just
But
blown
smaller.
up. Or downsized, yeah.
But this makes me wonder about the 11 of Brian Hacker. How is he going to pass?
I don't
If
know.
it seems like the only way to pass, because he's not the type of guy to move someone out of the groove. He's not going to do that.
Yeah. But hey,
So he's just got to hope.
when push comes to shove, you're racing for a win. At that point, you got to do what you got to do. There's no other way to put it, honestly.
There really isn't, but if I came into somewhere like Sim500 with the mentality of trying to gain respect and stuff like that, I don't think I'd do it. I think I'd just take the second place.
We'll have to see, but like we mentioned just a second ago, Langley is the next track on the schedule. And then rounding out the month of May will be Thompson Speedway on the 24th. We are not racing on the 31st. Thanks to Memorial Day weekend. Saluting the veterans of America. For Scott on the outside, Chuck Sweeting, and Sweeting's going to clear him by a landslide.
They may be catching up to some lap cars here. Or some soon-to-be lap cars.
Yeah. Just about half a straightaway ahead, I want to say here. More like a whole straightaway, but through this corner they'll gain a bunch of time, and now it'll be half a straightaway. Dude, I mean, just going like on the onboard of the 911 or the 18 car, it is literally the same. The exit looks the exact same as Langley. Out of 4 and out of 3. Like, I don't see a difference other than there being a guardrail in turn 2. Alright, well, we are over halfway. We are going to take our quick little halfway break. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Virtual Racing Network, home of the Sim500 Race City Sports Memorabilia Super Late Model Series. 40 laps to go here at Stafford Motor Speedway, and the lead between first and second has not really changed.
No, it's still looking very. I wouldn't say competitive because I think Hacker's fallen back a little bit, but with
And
some of this
problems
lap
for
track.
Macklin
Uh-oh.
again. I think he got dropped out of the race. No, he crashed. Let's take a look at at the replay. What happened? This happened on lap 62. Just went straight into the pit wall, and I think he disconnected. I do not see him on track anymore.
It says he manually disconnected.
Oh no. It looks like he will take home a 12th place finish unless John Fowler comes back out.
Yeah, I think. I wonder if Macklin got loose like we saw in qualifying.
It didn't really seem like he got loose. It kind of seemed like his car just went straight into the
I don't
wall.
know.
It's very weird, but Brian
Ooh,
Hacker
41
losing
got
time
loose.
right now.
His 41 starting to use up his stuff.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, true. He's losing time. Now he's gaining time a bit. But Doug Sigmund, he is a lap down. He's about to be a lap down. Actually, no, he is already a lap down.
So guess who the only other lapper left is?
Devin Schillenberg.
Devin Schillenberg.
He's a bit far up, though.
Well, yeah, but
He just got around
or
Forrest Scott, too, so...
yeah, okay, well then he's not new.
Yeah. They are, what, 12 seconds back, so you got about another 10 seconds to gain on him. Which, honestly, I don't think that's going to happen in this race. As long as Jonathan Finley can keep his line consistent throughout the last 32 laps, I think he has this one in the bag here.
I think so as well. And like I said, I don't think that 11 is going to do anything extreme to try to pass him either.
I mean, first he's got to get to him. The gap has opened up to over a second and a half now. I think Mike Kelly might even be able to take second from Brian Hacker. And honestly, Kelly has surprised me with the run that he's having right now. I did not see him finishing inside the top 3 tonight.
Especially with how he didn't do a qualifying or a heat race.
Yeah, and he didn't have the fastest practice laps either.
No.
So, I mean, happy surprise. And Devin Schillenberg now moving up to 6th. I think he might still be able to salvage a top 5 here.
Maybe.
Which is still a good run. And here's Al Smith Jr. trying to get on the podium. That'd be pretty cool if he could get it here.
Yeah, especially with how he seemed in practice. I mean, that would be pretty cool. He seemed very confident in himself, especially with how he's been talking to Hacker and trying to learn some stuff.
Yeah. Trying to figure out where Schillenberg is in points. He is 20th in points right now, with 2 top 5s and 2 starts. So, if he can keep with Brian Hacker stats-wise with 100% top 5% rate, then I think that's pretty good company to be in.
Oh, for sure.
Although 5 starts compared to 2.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you don't run every single race, that's not going to work well for your points.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he just joined
88 off the track there.
2 weeks ago. No, he ran at Southern National and at Irwindale last week. So, I mean, I honestly think Schillenberg could be a championship contender if he
Could be.
raced every race.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's where it comes in though. You got to make sure you're racing every race, otherwise you're not going to get a
But,
championship.
I mean, it could be out of his control with, like, work and
Oh,
stuff.
of course.
So,
I'm not trying to say that like that's bad that he's not running them. I'm just trying to
yeah,
say to to be a champion, you tend to have to run every race.
yeah. Unless, of course, you lock the championship up 2 weeks beforehand, then you don't need to run the last 2 races.
I mean, you have a point.
As the battle for third is starting to heat up here between the
It
95
is.
and the 2 car. Coming down to the closing laps of the race. 23 laps remaining. Al Smith having a great run this season so far. I mean, honestly, I think he'd be pretty okay with a 4th place finish here, too.
Oh, dude, no doubt. Hell, if I was in his position, I'd be happy to get
Mm-hmm.
to get a 4th place finish.
The gap between Chuck Sweeting and Devin Schillenberg now just about a second between those 2 cars, so they'll probably be fighting for 5th here shortly. Next handful of laps or so. However, I do want to point out that gap that was a second and a half is now just half a second between first and second.
Yeah.
Now it's down to 4/10.
It's gain. He is gaining. Look at that, dude.
We got 2 battles, one for the race lead, one for third here.
Yeah.
I don't even know which one to watch. They're both going to be tight.
Oh, that one. Whoa.
95's going to have a good run
95
here,
went.
I think. No.
Yeah. Well, the 95 went in a little bit hot.
Yeah. Two car Mike Kelly has a great exit.
He does. And a pretty good entry too.
Al just needs to get a slightly better exit here. I don't really know what he can do to better it. And it looks like Kelly and Al Smith are both catching up on the race leaders as well. Oh, look at the run the 95 might get here. No, still didn't get a run there.
No, the 2 got the run there.
Oh, but they're really close together now. Top 4 are all under a blanket. I mean, you may not see any passing, but hey, at least everyone's nice and close together.
I think if the 95's hoping for anything, he's hoping that the 2 gets close to the 11, because odds are that might slow him down and give the 95 a chance to get under him.
I mean, as we're going to go on board the 2 car now, you can see the 11 all over the rear bumper of the 18 car yet again. We saw this before in the first half of the race.
I think there may have even been some contact.
I wouldn't put it past me at this point. 14 laps to go at the line.
Yeah, there's got to be some contact. You can hear the like tinging.
Tinning. That's a new word. Whoa.
Tinging.
Hacker had to step off a bit there in 3. Oh yeah, Kelly definitely gained a lot of time here.
Look at how they're having to work these wheels though, man. It's crazy.
I mean, what do you expect, really? On board the 95 of Al Smith Jr. Oh man, with only just around 10 laps to go, and the field is this close together, well, the top 4 at least, you'd think this is like a plate race or something, but nope, short track racing. And I don't really know how to explain this. Like, I don't know why everyone's all together. I think Will might know. He's a crew chief. Right, Will?
Sorry, I had a spam call.
Oh. Okay. Great
What
way to
what were you saying?
try to figure out why they're all just starting to group together towards the latter stages of the race.
I think they're all just starting to really get comfortable using the car and the way they're. I mean, they've had enough laps now to really know what the cars are going to do when it gets loose, and they're just ready to completely go at it.
Oh, I thought Hacker had his nose on the 41. Oh, bumper to the back of the
He does.
41. He's there. 8 laps to go.
Maybe I
Trying to
was
make a
wrong.
move. Oh,
Maybe Hacker's
jeez.
going to do it.
I think Hacker's going to do it. I mean, it's 6 races into the season. I think Hacker wins 3 in a row.
Oh, I would want 3 in a row, but I'm a very aggressive driver. You already know that.
Yeah. I mean, we might be seeing a side of Brian Hacker that we're not going to be seeing very often.
Yeah.
7 laps to go, coming to 6 to go. And I think if someone wrecks, someone's got to take advantage of it.
For sure.
Don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be someone who has 4 wheels and a steering wheel.
I mean, you know Mike Kelly better than I do. Do you think he'd go and give someone the bumper? Oh my God, they are pushing each other. Whoa, they just beat each other up.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
he's in the wall. 41 in the wall.
I think Mike Kelly would definitely give
11
someone the
to the
bumper
lead.
if it came down to it. Especially the dry streak that Kelly is on, 18 back into the
41.
wall. 5 laps to go. Hacker back to the race lead. Al Smith gonna take 3rd for now. 4 laps to go.
I can see Devin Schillenberg clapping in his car right now.
I mean, I don't
Look
really know what
here.
happened, but maybe got a little too tight on the exit here. But the top 4 are still all together. Al Smith trying to get around the 2 car to get.
I think personally, the 11 got into the 41's head and
Yeah,
and he
definitely.
was like, I gotta go because this dude's either gonna spin me or I'm gonna wreck.
He tried to push it too hard.
Yep.
Made a mistake, and that's all the 11 needed.
Yeah.
Just needed to force a
Simple
mistake
mind
out of him.
games.
Yeah. 2 laps to go here at Stafford. Al Smith on the greatest run of his career right now. Mike Kelly running 2nd in the number 2 car. And Brian Hacker at the helm of this thing, bringing them to 1 lap to go. White flag is in the air.
Is Hacker gonna get 3 in a row or is Kelly gonna get another win?
We'll see what happens into turn 3 here. Or will Al Smith try to take
Oh,
2nd?
95 almost ruined the 2 car there.
Not gonna happen. No moves, nothing. Brian Hacker wins at
3 in a
Stafford.
row.
That's not the record, though. Pretty sure Kelly holds the record for most wins in a row. Not 100% sure on that, but Al Smith, how about that? 3rd place here
Look,
tonight.
yeah, I think Al Smith is the biggest mover there.
Well, no, Mike Kelly is.
Well, no, not the biggest mover. You know
Oh.
what I mean, but like,
Yeah, most improved.
yeah, most improved for sure.
And Hacker not gonna do a burnout? Oh,
He did it at his second race. He
he's
did it
gonna-
at his second race, but he didn't do it at his first.
He's gonna park it straight to victory lane.
I know. I don't think Hacker tends to do burnouts unless he really felt like he earned it.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. We should ask him about that.
Yeah. And actually, he's first in the waiting room, so we will go ahead and drag him by the legs up in here. Hey, Brian, this is Sean Will up in the booth of the VRN. You got us?
Hey guys, got you.
Well, we came home with win number 3. That's 3 in a row as well. So, I mean, maybe not the best way to get it, but I mean, how do you think you would have been able to get the win if he wouldn't have gotten up in the wall?
Yeah, I mean, I want to win it fair and square. He was blocking pretty bad there at the end. I was trying to give him the bumper to move him. I certainly wasn't trying to wreck him by any means. And I think he misjudged maybe corner exit off to a little bit when I was underneath him, and all I saw was him get into the wall. I don't know how bad it was. Hopefully he was able to carry on. Looks like he finished fourth. Is that right? So at
Yep.
that point, I was more worried about making sure that I was out of bumper's reach of the two. I know the two's a clean driver, but that's one of the ways you got to pass here is if a guy in front of you is taking your line, you just gotta give him a little tap and move him out of the way. We're not trying to Joey Logano anybody, but we gotta gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah.
So I saw at your first win, you didn't do a burnout, but at your second win, you did do a burnout. But here you didn't do a burnout. Is there like qualifiers you have for if you want to do a burnout or not, or is it just you don't feel like it?
No, I'm not a big burnout guy. I like to just kind of pull it in and park it. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. That was a long time. I was 100 green flag laps. I actually worked up a little bit of a lather doing that one. So no sense in burning the tires down or burning my arms out anymore.
Fair enough.
And how was it having Al Smith, one of your friends, running third, getting right on to Mike Kelly, who was right behind you? You guys almost had a 1-2 right there if he would have fully just went at Kelly.
Yeah, we were close there. Al's notoriously good at saving tires and kind of stretching these long runs out. So I honestly really didn't look in the mirror once until I had a little issue. There's 12 or 13 to go. My computer lagged for a second and threw me off, and I lost like 3/10 in a lap, and I had to gain it back. And at that point, I looked up in the mirror and saw that those guys were catching me pretty quick. So I knew that once I got to Finley in front of me, I had to make something happen. Otherwise, I was going to get passed by Kelly and Al. But Al had a great run. He's we're both here for seat time. We both run some leagues in the fall that we wanted to get a little bit more super late model seat time. So being able to run well is fun while we're doing it.
All right. Well, Sean, you got anything else?
Nope. Well, other than good win here tonight at Stafford, gonna pull away from Brian Macklin big time in the points. Halfway.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but I saw he disconnected about halfway through the race, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah, speaking of halfway, we're already halfway through the regular season before the chase starts, so as long as you can keep this consistency up, I definitely think you'll be a championship favorite.
I hope so. That's kind of the plan. We were originally joining this to get some seat time and run when we can, but now that we've strung together a few good runs, I think we'll try to finish the rest of the season out and see if we can bring home some hardware.
All right. Well, is there any shout outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone here?
Yeah, thanks to Carbon Junction on the hood, Drew and Colin. Those guys do a lot for the effort. Same with Narrative Coffee, Pathfinder Chassis, Turn 3. Thanks to Al Smith for coming out and joining me and running this. I think we're having a pretty good time. He had a great run tonight. Thanks to you guys for the broadcasts. They're a lot of fun to go back and watch. And John and everybody for the league. And no thanks to Wayne McDuff. He doesn't do anything to deserve a shout out, so I just want to make sure he knows that.
All right. Well, have a good rest of your week, Brian, and good luck next week at Langley.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Let's bring in your runner-up finisher, Michael Jackson. Hey, Mike. This is Sean and Will up in the booth with the VRN. You got us?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Well, this is now 2 weeks in a row that you made it to the top 3. And I mean, that's pretty good for you. 2 second place. Actually, I think you finished third last week. Or was it second? No, you did finish second. So
Yeah,
2 second place finishes in a row. When's the win coming?
Oh, I don't know. It's I was just surprised to get to second. I was out trimming the bushes in the backyard there and thought I'd hop in, run the race, and maybe get some decent points. And I was running good, making up ground, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, I'm up there battling for the lead. So yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Didn't expect to get up that far, but I got a lot of laps on this track. Another track that was used in the beta way back when that I got tons and tons of laps on, but haven't ran on for a while. So the groove came back to me pretty fast, and it worked just like it used to, and was able to work my way to the front, running down there really low, catfishing them. So good run.
Now, what's it like being the former, or not former, but last season champion? And then you come in and you see Brian Hacker shows up his rookie season, 3 wins in a row, top of the charts on points. What is that like to you, especially running right behind him?
Radio silence.
Sure, he probably would have got up there, but yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can
Yeah.
now.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't know. Maybe my hand got up. What was the last thing you heard me say?
Just wouldn't have gotten up there. I think something along the lines of that.
Yeah, Brian's a heck of a driver. He's dominating the short tracks. He's been consistent. He's finished pretty much every race, I think. So he's built up quite a points lead, but all it takes is one bad night to get knocked out and you're right back in it. So he'll be tough. This is a lot different animal than what we were doing last season. And uh, I was able to run up front a lot more and get some wins. And it's tough here. And I'm not a specialist by any means, just doing this season for fun. So it's all good.
All right, well, you got anything, Sean?
Yeah, I do want to say few more things here. Next week we're heading to Langley, which in my opinion is just very similar to Stafford, just a little smaller. So how do you think you'll perform there?
Yeah, it seems like we're on the old iRacing beta tour here. Another track that's an original track that I've got thousands of laps on in the legend car and the modified and stuff like that. If I recall, not a very easy track to pass. So
Nope.
track position will be key. And who knows, maybe it's wider now with this current setup and all the different dynamic track and stuff. But haven't ran a lap there for a long time, so it'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. But I should be able to run up front.
And I'm gonna be honest, I was a little concerned for you earlier watching you practice. You didn't have the best of all practice times, but proved it that you had a good long run car. So congrats on the top 3 here tonight, and good luck next week. Any shout outs you'd like to give out?
Yeah, shout out to the Virtual Racing Network for their coverage and support of Sim500. Sim500 and all the admins and all my homies at Turn One Heroes, all the sponsors. It's great to have sponsors to do something like this to get it broadcasted and covered and get some publicity. And shout out to all the racers in this league. It was a great race tonight. 100 laps, short track, tough track, no yellows. So good job to everybody on that. And thanks to my smoking hot wife.
All right, Mike. Well, you have a good rest of your week, sir, and good luck next week. All right, let's go ahead and drag in Al Smith Jr., driver of the 95 machine. Hey, Al, Sean and Will up in the booth with VRN, and you are once again talking to us.
Yeah, I am. That's amazing. Maybe you guys need to talk to me before the race every week.
We definitely keep that in mind, but had a great run here tonight. You were inside the top 5 all race long. How was the race from your standpoint?
It was very good, but first and foremost, I gotta apologize to Brian Macklin for the heat race incident there. I did not mean to get into the back of him in these cars. You just breathe on someone just wrong in the way they went. So I apologize. I know his night didn't go as accordingly to probably what he was hoping for. He was quick in practice and in time trial, so I hate it for him and his team. But no, the car was good. I think I played a little bit too conservative. I had a lot of tire left at the end there, and but no, this track's so much fun and so technical, and it's fun. You see a lot of people come and go and use up their stuff, and at the end there, that had to be exciting for you guys. We had about 4 or 5 of us underneath the blanket, battling for the win there.
Oh yeah.
Now, as we saw there towards the end, you were in third. You were making some pretty quick moves on Mike Kelly trying to get there, but just couldn't get it to work. What what was your thought process there, and what were you hoping to get?
With about I don't know, 20 to go, I noticed that we started to reel in, Finley and Hacker. So then I was like, all right, so we're doing pretty good. And at the end there, I couldn't get off the corner. No matter what line I tried going in high, try to get that get off the corner a little bit straighter, especially with the hot tires at the end of the race there. Just not enough. I felt like I was better getting in and center of the corner, but both him and Hacker were just really good up off the corner with forward drive. So we'll go back and use this as a learning tool and try to get better for the next time we come to Stafford. But yeah, we just lacked a little bit of forward drive at the end there. Don't know, probably just my driving style or my driving line that I had tonight. But third is pretty good. Pretty happy with that, and we'll move on to the next one.
All right. Well, you got anything more, Sean?
Not really. You had a really good point today. You're now just 1 point outside of the top 5, so having a great, solid 2 weeks here, and good luck next week at Langley. Is there any shout-outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody. Well, thank you guys for broadcasting, and thank John and everybody here at the Sim500 League for letting us come over and play during the summertime. It's a fun league, and we're trying to get them some more cars. So hopefully, with next week, the field will grow a little bit. So I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. So I want to thank the Stand RC Speedway, Coach's Corner Food Truck, and well, I think that'll about do it. Everybody back at the house that we're for all their support. I know I had a bunch of people watching tonight. So thanks to everybody, and thank you guys, and hopefully we'll be talking to you next week.
All right. Well, you have a good rest of your week, sir, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that'll conclude tonight's broadcast here at Stafford Motor Speedway.